President Trump's tariff war could dramatically escalate today. China is facing a deadline to back off of its own tariff threats. So let's make sense of all this with Doug Luzader, live from Washington this morning. U.S. markets hanging in there, Doug. We're seeing a little bit of a rebound this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, well, everything's on sale. That can certainly help. Plus, there are some indications that there are going to be some negotiations with a number of U.S. trading partners to try to deal with these tariffs. We don't know how far those negotiations are going to go. China, meantime, is less than 2 hours away from this big deadline.
Trump got a jersey from the L.A. Dodgers as the World Series champs visited the White House yesterday. But when it comes to his tariff plan, China is vowing to go down swinging.
If that tariff isn't removed by tomorrow at 12 o'clock, we're putting a 50% tariff on above the tariffs that we put on.
That noon deadline is today, countering the move China made to raise their own tariffs on U.S. goods. If that comes to pass, here's the breakdown for China. It's already facing a 20% tariff over the fentanyl crisis. Add to that the recent 34% reciprocal tariff, and now the possibility of an additional 50% tariff. Now, that would bring the total tariffs on Chinese goods to 104% effective tomorrow. China had a crystal clear message for the president. China will fight to the end.
There are 50, 60, maybe almost 70 countries now who have approached us.
The administration says plenty of countries want to negotiate their way out of higher tariffs, but it isn't clear how far the White House is willing to go. The markets have been through some wild swings, mostly down, as even some conservatives are unsure of the end game.
Does he want to negotiate deals or does he want to collect revenue? You got to choose. You can't do both. And so he's got to decide what the strategy is.
And the president is going to be meeting with House Republicans a little later today to talk about budget strategy on Capitol Hill. But this trade issue looms large over everything here right now, especially the markets. Dina.
Doug, can you explain to us when we see what's happening potentially with China, what does that mean as we, pop onto our websites and we order stuff from, all kinds of Chinese manufacturers or just the stuff that the country imports from China? That seems overwhelming when you talk about 100% tariff.
Yeah, if it comes to pass. Now, some of these tariffs are going to go into effect. There's no question. Will we see them at that highest level? We're about to find out. Now, the timeline here is that we have this noon deadline where China has to agree not to raise their tariffs, and if not, then tomorrow those additional tariffs apparently go on products coming in from China. So there are a lot of things happening kind of all at once here. Will there be some effort to kind of get both sides to back away from the precipice here? Maybe, but there's not much time left.
Yeah, we did see the market bounce up a little bit today, but we know that this is, there are no certainties, especially right now, right?
Market's up about 1,400 or so. That is nearly the Dow is. That's nearly 4%. I mean, that is a huge, huge movement. I mean, it's pretty astounding when you look at what's happened over the past 3 days and the kind of losses. The last 3 days the markets have been open, and the kind of losses that were sustained there. So, I think you have investors looking for any positive sign that they can latch on to here to turn these moments into buying opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Doug, thank you as always. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We'll talk soon.